Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki Man Si. And today we're going to talk about the 5 main reasons why Liverpool and Arne Slot won the Premier League over Pep Guardiola's Man City and Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. But most importantly, Endo-sama wa Premier League champion da yo! Ore wa densetsu no Liverpool player da yo. Mr. Endo, please teach us how to win Premier League. Muri da yo. The Premier League is so hard. You need intensity, integrity, and intelligence. But we can give you money. Okay. Liverpool fan in Japan. Let's go. Triple Me Mia has arrived.
Oshii. Yummy.
Yummy? This is yummy?
Yes. Liverpool is good.
Wataru Endo. He wears number 3. Endo. He is Japanese. Endo. And he's gonna win the league. Wataru Endo. One of the biggest regrets in Liverpool's history, right? In Jurgen Klopp's tenure, even though he did amazing, this would have been his strongest team possible, right? This is the team that won the Champions League final against Tottenham. Champions League winners, been there, done it, and won it all. And they never played together in the Premier League because of injury. They might have played once. I don't even think they played once at all. And that is shocking considering how good, how legendary this team is to get all these players fit and on the field at the same time proved almost impossible. Now, Arne Slot came in and realized how important it was to have your major players fit throughout. It could be a tactics thing, it could be a training thing, it could be an intensity thing, it could be the makeup of the player, injury note players. If we had this team on the pitch more, we could have succeeded even more than we already did under Jurgen Klopp. How pitiful was it that we could not get this 11 out? And in fact, if you change this lineup for Gomez, which is in fact our Premier League winning 11, our team, this team itself only started 2 games in that tenure, right? To have all 11 as you see it right here, which is absolutely criminal how good these boys were, but they just couldn't stay fit. Now, if we exchange it now for the current Liverpool 11, the first team lineup, the best lineup that you can possibly have, right? In terms of Arne Slot's preferred 11, he has something like this. Now, I know Curtis Jones is thereabouts, but in all honesty, he loves this midfield, and for good reason as well. Svolazzi and Grosvenor. Gakpo comes in on occasion, but in all reality, it looks something like this. This is what he usually goes with when everybody is fit, okay? Now, who in this team is injury prone? Who can you take out? Now, Alisson Becker has his odd injury, so that looks awful already. However, it doesn't look that bad. Konate's been fit for the majority of the season, but let's take out some of the players who we think can't stay fit. That is not a bad looking 11, right? And we've only got 8 players here. 8 out of 11 you can probably trust to be fit on more than one occasion, okay? On more than one occasion. Now, you might even say Robertson on occasion, Trent Alexander-Arnold on occasion, the odd kind of injury niggle here and there. But even then, this bunch here, this core always plays. And look what I'm drawing right here. It looks a little bit phallic and a little bit dodge, so let's get rid of that. But when you have that core always playing, and then you can throw in a player like Nunes, you can throw in a Luis Diaz here, you can put a Gakpo on for Luis Diaz and put Luis Diaz there, right? When you have the ability to throw that out there, if Maka gets the odd injury, Szoboszlai gets the odd injury, and you put in a Jones there, Konate was fit more often than not, right? But you have Endo, you have Kwanzaa, right? You have Gomez as well, but luckily, Konate stayed fit for majority of the season. When you have the likes of Conor Bradley, even though he has his injury problems, but Trent, Conor Bradley, on the whole, when you have a Kostas Tsimikas who can come in, right? In fact, he started ahead of Robertson on some occasions as well. The core of the team was always there. And we're not even talking about the amazing job Queeve Kelleher did coming in for Alisson Becker, the best number 2 in the league, in my opinion. Top 5 goalkeepers in the Premier League this season for sure, right? Now, when you look at the makeup of that team, Arne Slot realized that we have title winners here, right? Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, Allison. Let's get those boys back in there. We have leaders who can lead from the front, set the examples. Konate, Robertson, Allison, Trent, Salah, been there and done it and won it all, right? Of the last great Klopp era. Then you have international leaders and captains. Wataru, Man Mountain Endo, Dominic Soboslai, right? All captains. Robertson, captain. Bradley, captain. Konate in the leadership group as well. When you have the spine, the captain material, and the leadership, all you need to do is get them on the pitch, which is why in training, Sipka Holshoff, Arne Slot, and the rest of them lowered the intensity, longer sessions, low intensity, keep them fit. On the pitch as well, tactically, they gave them breaks. They gave them those moments in terms of just holding core, low block, holding core. This is a secret of Mourinho as well that was understated. When you defend in the low block, right, and the midfields come and track back and the strikers stay in position to counter-attack as well, you save energy. You let the opposition have the ball and expend the energy. It's like the rope-a-dope in football, right? Muhammad Ali against George Foreman, let them punch themselves out. And then when you need to up the tempo, if you unfortunately concede, if you don't get a counter-attack spot on, you can up the tempo because you're fresh. Mo Salah intimated it in the post-Premier League winning interview. Give me a free role, relieve me of some defensive duties, and I will make the difference offensively, okay? And keeping the boys fit and fresh by tactics in terms of smacking the opposition in spurts, counter-attacking, zones of compression. And I will do a dedicated members video, tactical masterclass, on why 4-2-4 only works for Liverpool and one other team in the Premier League, and why it's absolutely genius why it works with this group of Liverpool players as well. I'll do that in the members section alongside the Hugo Ekatike video coming up soon. Thank you for supporting me. Liverpool membership, Liverpool Fan Japan membership is the best way to support the channel. John Treverna, thank you so much for telling everybody. Every little bit helps. Every little contribution, right? I think it's £2 a month, £3 a month, there or thereabouts. Really goes a long way because each video literally gets me about £2 or £3. So your contribution is the equivalent of me making another 3-4 hour effort to whip out a video. So really, all the members, 94 concurrent members, domo arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much. I'd like to take this opportunity now to welcome the newest members to Liverpool Fan Japan channel, right? Jonah Webb, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining as a wonder kid in Liverpool Fan Japan membership. Apostle 35, Ryan W as well. Evil the Boneless, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys more than you can imagine. Hontoni domo arigato gozaimasu. You're the best right now. Liverpool Fan in Japan community, Ichiban, it means the best. But let's get back to the video. So we're talking about the core, okay? If you have a spine, if you look at the world-class players, right, undeniably, now Robertson used to be world-class, Trent has world-class ability, but I wouldn't put him there right now. Konate is world-class, but I'm going to exclude him from this particular example. Gravenberch has been the standout 6 this season. Now, we had an open slot, Zubimendi, right, our big target. In the absence of him, Slot converted him into the Premier Ultimate number 6, which is why we're not going to get a big name, big money number 6 this season, because Gravenberch will always play. McAllister is a World Cup winner. I mean, I'm going to put it out there. He is world class. I don't care what the media or anyone wants to. He's the most underappreciated player. Soboslai, I wouldn't quite put in the same league as McAllister at the moment for the fact that consistency is there. Gravenberch is top of all metrics this season in number 6. Look at the stats. Salah is undeniably world class. Maybe the best player on form this whole season. Jota doesn't want to leave. He thinks he's world class. Sorry, Jots. And Lucho Diaz has to go as well. So when you have that core and that core stays fit for majority of the games, you're always in with a chance because you supplement them. Slightly less phallic on this occasion. You supplement them with in and around, but that spine is there. Midfield dominance. You control the midfield, you control the game, you control the narrative, you can do what you want to do. Leadership at the back influences all players to play better, pushes up and scores crucial goals. The ultimate goal scorer in Europe for many a season right now. The best goalkeeper in the world, still up there with Courtois and other keepers as well. Look, when you got that spine, you can win things. And Arne Slot recognise this. You just need that core group of players out on the pitch every single time. Keep them fit and good things will happen, which is why we now have the humongous transfer kitty, the war chest for this summer. Look forward to it. We will spend this summer for sure, yo. Arne Slot said so. Richard Hughes said so. Even John W. Henry is lighting up the Siggy. He's like, Sig. Let's buy 200 million worth of players. Net spend. Good stuff. Okay, point number 1. Premier League Champione, Champione, ale, 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 Champione, Champione, ole, 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 let's go! And another reality of the situation is Manchester City and Arsenal failed to beat the middling Premier League teams, right? The resurgence of Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham took points off of Arsenal as well. Bournemouth and Brentford are never easy games. Crystal Palace can do you in and take points. These teams have amazing players. Brian Mbeumo, Antoine Semenyo, Milos Kerkez, Dean Howson, for example, Eberechi Eze, Ismaila Sarr, Paqueta at West Ham, Mohamed Kudus at West Ham. Man City and Arsenal failed to get the appropriate points, and it got way too many draws. In fact, Man City went on a losing streak as well. Obviously, every single coach and Premier League team knew how Man City were going to play under Pep Guardiola, knew Arteta's luxury Stoke long ball set piece malarkey, right? The dark arts, time wasting, lying down, laying down, take my points kind of thing. I kid, not really. Yeah, facts aside, Liverpool were coming in fresh under Arne Slot, whereas Arne Slot's new to the Premier League and he has footage to go by. Nobody knows how an Arne Slot team was going to play, which gives us the surprise factor, the unpredictability, right? Arne Slot managed to turn the draws into wins. We never went behind for a long period of time in the Premier League and in the entire season, more than 1 goal deficit. The mentality monsters, as I said, the core players were still there. They showed that fighting mentality. They weren't tired in matches, which is why we can consistently get out the same first 11, even though they did burn out towards the end of the season. That being aside, Liverpool managed to squeeze out the points where it mattered, and even if it's only by 1 goal margin, our defense was solid enough, held firm, held shape, and we racked up the 3 points after 3 points after 3 points. And I said in the last video and throughout the whole season, a draw is useless. When you are the caliber of a Man City and Arsenal or Liverpool, you have to go for the win. You have to risk it for a biscuit, risk the loss, risk getting spanked on the body to try to win the 3 points, because a draw in isolation is okay. 3 draws is not okay, because that's 3 games out of a 38 game season. So that's a lot of games out of the way for singular point, right? You got to risk it for a biscuit, accept a loss to try to get 2 wins, because then 2 wins is 6 points, and that is only 2 fixtures to 6 points. 6 points out of 3 fixtures is not a bad return at all compared to 3 points if you get 3 draws, right? Excuse a loss if you can get the 2 wins, and that's what Liverpool did. We squeaked out the wins, even by the odd goal here or there, even by luck, even by defensive stability. We got the wins. Man City and Arsenal did not underestimate those middle teams. They just couldn't beat them. They were not good enough to beat them. They were not tactically able to beat them. They did not deliver the instructions on the pitch to beat them on the day, and that's why they fell short. Arne Slot, na 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 na. Arne Slot, na 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 na. Arne Slot. Say it with me. Up the shiny one. This is the channel's substance and abundance, the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop!
And Arne Slot is the best of the lot. So make sure you subscribe. I see you out there. You watching there. You haven't hit the subscribe button yet? Go on, smash it right now. Smash a like and let me know in the comments below what other content you would like to see. And I'm very much so on your page. I'm going to make the content that you want to see. But another point number 3 is Liverpool head-to-head against our rivals did not relent, did not drop the points. Arne Slot, tactical masterclass. Now, we overturned Chelsea 2-1 earlier in the season, right? That put a good marker for the rest of the season, because of the fact that Chelsea are those kind of teams that can take points off you. You have the quality there. We came back against Arsenal to rescue the 2-2 draw as well. A 6-point swing. If Arsenal got the points against us at home, right, at the Emirates Stadium, it would be a momentum buster for sure. We overturned Brighton in the Carabao Cup 3-2, showed our cojones again, and then beat them 2-1 in the league, done the double. Now, when you look at the head-to-head fixtures, we had Manchester City directly after Real Madrid. We trounced Real Madrid at home 2-0, and then we repeated defeat against Manchester City, and that really put the markers down for what's going to be a monumentous season. The 3-3 draw of Newcastle, high-scoring draw, but away at St James's Park, a cauldron of noise, right? A hostile atmosphere, and we were unlucky in that regard as well. Sure, we were derailed slightly with a 2-2 draw with Fulham in the Premier League at home, but we came back with aplomb as well. 2-2 against Man United. You can look at the matches against Man United. They were up for it. They were completely up for it. And once again, we had to come from behind in those instances. 2-2, not a bad result. We couldn't beat Nottingham Forest this season. But as you've seen, Nuno Espirito Santo with Chris Wood on form, and good players, Milenkovic, Murillo at the back, Gibson, White as well. All the good players there. They're not an easy team to turn over once again. We lost to PSV in a dead rubber in the Champions League. But once again, that is insignificant. But when we we come back to the Premier League, every time we went head-to-head against the big teams. We went 2-0 up against Newcastle. They didn't perform on the day. We went 2-0 up against Manchester City away. That one was an emphatic marker. Now, in Jurgen Klopp's previous seasons, right, when we have outperformed our expected results against the rivals, we have done well. Obviously, in that season, we won the Premier League under Jurgen Klopp. But when we've lost against them, they are really momentum busters because you can no longer take points off them. You are one of the only teams that can take points off the opposition in the Premier League. And when you lose it, there's a 6-point swing and one fixture out of your list, and it's a momentum killer. But this season, Arne Slot, cream of the crop, has absolutely battered the opposition with tactical brilliance, dominance, and the players have stuck to his instructions. And he has come away with enough points, more points than enough, really, because we've won the league at a canter, because Liverpool have been supreme in their head-to-heads, and that's what really counts. Yes, so Liverpool have dominated the Premier League this season from start to finish, and one of the major reasons is, so Arne Slot recognized when he came in, the quality was there, the core of a title-winning team was there. And the true recipe for success was not to tinker too much. And that's what the media picked up on as well. But actually, when you dig down into the makings of the team, let's go to the formation board right now, you can really see the importance of prioritizing player fitness above and beyond new transfers, tweaks, and new tactical systems. Whereas other clubs would have wanted to make their mark and give the manager the tools for the job, Arne Slot identified the best handover possible from Jurgen Klopp was already there for him. He had all the tools to do the job and the backroom infrastructure, and look what he did in terms of fitness and tactical tweaks and formations and playing style to ensure that the key players stay fit. Now, this is why I had utmost belief that we were going to win the Premier League this season, right? It was attributes. It was attributes in the squad and everything that you want, okay? So, one thing, when people look at squads and names on the sheets, they're just looking at player abilities individually. They're not looking at the collective of the whole team. Now, I am going to throw, I guess, the prominent players of our season into this lineup here, and I'm just going to show you what I identified when I saw this, and I write this in my book as well. My book is progressing well. Thank you so much for everyone who's intimated interest in purchasing my book on Liverpool's season tactical analysis and helping you to understand the game from a slightly different perspective when you're watching it, and not just what the media are saying, what the commentators are saying, and where the camera is panning as well. There's many things that are going on the pitch that will help you to understand what the coach is actually attempting to do, okay? And hopefully this video as well will help plug some of the gaps in terms of attributes, qualities, profiles, and a collective unit of what you're trying to do. This squad, in my opinion, is one of the most balanced squads Liverpool have ever had, and we won a Premier League with, right? We could have won more trophies, but hey, a Premier League will do. We didn't even utilize players like Chiesa as much as we would have liked, but that would have been one of the core reasons we succeeded as well. Enpo. Okay, so why I think this squad really excelled, and I know we have injuries here, we have players that didn't get utilized so much, is because of the tactical versatility, and we can even, let's leave Kelleher out for now. Alisson Becker, sweeper keeper, commands the box, defends everywhere, cannot be underestimated in terms of his importance to the overall dynamic of the team. I'm just going to quickly create the button, recreate the button so I can remove all the lines. Let's see if it works. It works. Great. Thank you, Mighty Mike, for that. Okay, so Van Dijk this season was the front-footed defender. Is a switch from what Klopp used to do, and Konate was the sweeper in behind. Pace and defending out wide. I'm going to whistle-stop to orders. Pace, defending out wide, ability to step into the void. Van Dijk with the switches of play, front-footed defending, getting in there, in the base with Gravenberch as well. Gravenberch can run the ball laterally, invite the press, run through himself with the lines. We're just looking at the back line now. Endo cleans up shop. Utility half-back who can step into the centre-back position or in the right-back position. Great at channel covering, great at blocking the lines of passing, great closer of the game. Robertson fills in as an emergency third centre-back, sits in the wing-back slot, offers the natural width, has a natural left foot as well. Tsimikas can deliver the ball from deep, more comfortable playing the tiki-taka 1-2, more comfortable in around the outside and assisting from the wide channels, quality delivery from deep, out wide as well. Gakpo coming in, rocket shot around the outside, dinked shot, dinked ball across, 6-yard box, pulled back ball, thunderous free kick ability, can't stop him going laterally, always an outlet, always pacey. Luis Diaz holding the ball high up, but roaming as well, adding an extra man in midfield, top of the diamond, and centre forward positions, always dragging people out of position. Endless energy, stamina, running up front. Two-footed shooter, you can't isolate him because two-footed shooter, dominant in the air, good on the back post as well. Silkworm dribble into the area, getting a shot away, last line, and utility top playmaker. Jones can hold the ball up high, hold the ball in the middle, hold the ball in the final third. Ever reliable, press resistant, physicality is getting there as well. McAllister, maybe one of the players of the season. Everything you want in midfield. Total dominant player, rugged, tackler, ball winner. Alongside Gravenberch, that allows the 4-2-4 formation. Szoboszlai, a machine, an engine, goes into the middle, goes into the top, goes out wide, is the first man in the press in the staggered WW formation, goes into right back slot, is prominent, clearing the ball on these lines as well, has a rocket shot, so you can't step off, you have to close down, which commits players into the midfield third as well. Tactically brilliant player in terms of facilitating the tactics. Mo Salah, we know all about Mo Salah, half space king, playmaker extraordinaire, primary playmaker for the season. Travella ball around the outside, lined through ball around the outside to left winger as well. Around the outside in this prominent area, winning the corners, winning the set pieces as well. Inside box, mercurial talent, front post shot, far post shot as well. All options on the left foot. Off the ball, supreme. Nunez running the channels, running last line, coming back, defensive duties, a workhorse, an absolute workhorse, would fit Atletico Madrid to a T with Diego Simeone. Selfless in terms of not getting the statistics on the numbers or goal metrics, but really contributing in the overall dynamic, forcing the opposition to have the offside line deeper to allow more space in the 10 zone for Salah, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch to enter as well. Chiesa, two-footed shooter, didn't see him so much. Harvey Elliott, prominent part because Harvey Elliott has the through balls. Elliott has the through balls extraordinaire. Composure in the final third, can see the game intelligence, can see the game from the bench and knows how to connect the dots. A little bit of composure to draw the man in before laying off to Nunez to complete the double, for example. Harvey Elliott, great tactical fit. It's just unfortunate Szoboszlai, Mo Salah are really key tactical players. Now you look at the composition and makeup of his tactics. You want to hold in with defensive, solid, low block. Well, they can do it. In fact, Trent mastered the art of sitting in this channel and just being a distributor from deep instead of joining in the attack as well. You want players to join in into the line of six. You got three prominent sixes there. Robertson can tuck in there. Trent can tuck in there. Tsimikas can play the rondos and tuck in there. Szoboszlai goes into the line of six. Jones goes into the line of six. You even see on occasion Mo Salah and Luis Diaz defending in the line of six, more so Luis Diaz in the midfield quadrant in the 8 as well. We weren't as progressive, mainly because we didn't play a primary number 10, but when you mix it up with McAllister, Szoboszlai, Endo, Gravenberch and Jones, you're talking about duels in the midfield. This unit here, and Van Dijk when he steps in, and Kanate when he steps in as well, and Trent when he goes into quarterback role, and Bradley underlapping especially, that is as feisty and in terms of character, physicality, dueling and tenacity as you want. Only Newcastle can really step up in that regard with Tonali, Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes, for example, right? And Luis Diaz always drops as well. Left wing, this rotation of left wing slots right here, they may not be Kavica, Kvaratskhelia individually, but look, that is as good as you could possibly dream for a left wing contingent, especially Luis Diaz plugging away, hot and cold, spurts, 2 or 3 goals here and then nothing, but Gakpo consistently upping his game, and I want him to up his game next season even more. Jota likes coming from left, as does Nunez. We didn't see Nunez on left as we did with Jurgen Klopp, but we even saw Jones out there on occasion with Tsimikas overlap. That is absolutely fine. Mo Salah is never injured, as I mentioned in the first point. Big thing there. We could improve in the 9 position, but look, that our system is not designed to unleash a 9 to their full potential at the moment. So Jota, Nunez and Luis Diaz worked incredibly hard. When you look at the tactical variation contingent with Quansah being a wide defender, centre back as well, Gomez covering the line but injured, and Kelleher stepping in the void for Alisson Becker, the total balance is there. All you're missing is a potential target man, a potential clinical finisher, a number 10 to connect the dots together. There's no real other attribute you're missing in that regard. So that is why Arne Slot kept the core, kept them fit, and you can see the attributes in there. Man City can't compare with the tactical flexibility available, neither can Arsenal. And the very final point is, this is a culmination of expert planning and hard work from FSG, from Michael Edwards, Julian Ward, Richard Hughes, Arne Slot, Jurgen Klopp, Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, Gerard Houllier, Rafa Benitez. Everybody culminated in this moment, right? The stars aligned so that when Jurgen Klopp gave his heart and his soul to Liverpool and burned out, he gave the fantastic handover. Michael Edwards saw the opportunity to come back, highly in demand, head of global football. Richard Hughes coming in, not disrupting. He was analysing and giving the opportunity to evolve amongst the backdrop of Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold's contracts expiring, a resurgent Manchester City in terms of their evolution, and Arsenal, who needed to go to the next step of not being a bridesmaid, you know, trying to be the bride but still being a bridesmaid this season. Everything came together and worked together in harmony. Richard Hughes and Arne Slot talked together every single day. Van Dijk and Salah talked about the need to give, especially the senior players in the squad, that extra Premier League trophy on their resume. We have the infrastructure, we have the stands, right, in Liverpool. Glorious. We have the Liverpool fan base uniting under a new shiny start with a coach who speaks impeccably well, incredibly well. And that's not just to the media, but you know that means he can translate and transfer his knowledge, his expertise and what he requires tactically to the players. Mo Salah bargained with him to have a more offensive role, less defensive duties. Done, right? Arne Slot told Trent Alexander-Arnold, you stay deep and you stay wide. You're not good enough in the midfield compared to Maka and Gravenberch. Done. Arne Slot convinced all the bench players, squad players, to sit aside and wait for the opportunity, but we will win the Premier League. And they're still happy at Liverpool. Chiesa's happy at Liverpool. Endo's happy at Liverpool. Bradley's happy at Liverpool. Kwanzaa's happy at Liverpool. Or the second string, we've got no one kicking up a fuss. Simicast is happy at Liverpool. Everyone has their part to play. Team unity, team spirit. Captain, fantastic. Virgil van Dijk leading by example as well. Everyone fighting for each other, saying the right things in the media. This is a club in harmony, and we've built this over many, many years, instigated by the Bill Shankly successor, Jurgen Klopp, who built up our foundations, our confidence, our love and passion for Liverpool, turning doubters into believers, following our Der Kaiser, Jurgen Klopp, all the way to win everything possible in the league. And now Bob Paisley succeeding from Bill Shankly. This is like Arne Slot succeeding from Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley can never be imitated or replicated, but legends are there to be made, and we are witnessing a shiny new era because everything is in place, including a huge war chest, for sustained success. This is going to be a shiny era, the era of Arne Slot winning a lot. Thank you so much. Make sure to smash a like on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Triple Mimiya, domo arigatou gozaimasu. My little baby girl, 2 years old, she contributed hugely as well. So if you can, support the channel for YouTube membership. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Miyazaki Man Ichiban. Janet means ciao.